Welcome to my channel. This video here I'm going to give you a tour of how I collect water, rainwater for my garden. You see over there in the foreground, or I should say the background, that over there is a garden. It doesn't look much like a garden, but it is. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But the collection starts in this building, and I do it all in this rain barrel that I got. It kind of replaced what I used to have there before. I'll show you what I had there when we get to the other building. This here, I believe, is, I don't know if it's 75 gallons, but it's made for collecting water. Here's my electric, which I get from over there in the corner. And it comes with this screen. This one I put in. And you can see it's full of water. And there's the overflows there, and it comes down, and I have it going into this pipe. That's where my gutter was connected, this gutter over here. So I went this way, the rain goes there, any overflow goes into the pipe. Let me put this back. And then it also comes with this hose with a valve if you want to drain the tank, winter time comes. And the way I get my water to my collection tanks is with a pump. This is the sump pump. It's over here. Stick it in there. It's usually in there, but I haven't. You'll hear why it's going on, why I haven't been using it. But this pump goes in there and it has a float, and automatically will pump the water to my collection over by the garden. I just leave it in there plugged in. Right now it's unplugged. I just run a garden hose. Here we go, this one, all the way, goes right across, goes right over, around the rocks, into the garden. So let's follow that. This here is important, because you don't want anything coming off the roof that's going to clog up the hoses. There's a little screen that comes with it. We'll go through here. And the hose goes this way. There it goes. There it goes. And from there, where my goes that way towards the rocks. And I have the electric. I put that plug there so I can bring the electric over. Put my glasses on here. This is one of the hoses. I had to take it out, I had to fix it. But there's another hose in there. You don't even notice. That's a garden hose. There it is. There's another one there. There's two of them. The one is that building we were in, and this one comes from the other building I want to show you. So I have it going through here. You probably don't even notice there's a hose there, but there it is. Just a plain old garden hose. And there's the electrical line. Here, I buried it over here. and then it kind of goes around here. Don't even see it. And here's my other collection. See, this is what you don't want to go into the tank, because the pump will pump in to your hose and will clog it up. So we kind of get rid of that. Let me take it off a minute. Oh, probably there's a frog in here. Let's see. Yep, there's one. There's a little froggy right there. I don't want to bother him. I'm going to leave him alone. But the pump is in here. If I want to, I just plug it in and I can pump the water to my collection. Get there in a minute. My pump is not working. Why is it not working here? I guess not. Well, I don't want to bother with him right now. I don't want to bother that little froggy there. Leave him alone. Anyway, it gets pumped from there to my collection. And let me just stop this for a second, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to stop a little bit. Okay, I think the electric is off over there. But anyway, that building over there, I get about 80% of the rain from that roof. In here, the same. The way this building is set up, I get a good 80% of all the rain that falls right here. This, I don't care about the overflow. I don't have a basement here. Over there I do. And that's why I wanted that overflow to go into that pipe. And actually it kind of looks nicer. I paid $100 for that. I got it afterwards when I saw it. I used to have one of these garbage cans, and this is a great one. The Brute is heavy duty, and I'll tell you why I got it, because I'll show you how I have connected a few of these together over there by the garden where I collect my water. Here I just leave the pumps connected, and because they have floats, they're able to pump the water over there, and I don't have to like be on it. Right now they're unplugged because I believe it's full over there, and we haven't been using the garden. But I wanted to show you here, while I'm here, first of all, how important for this setup to get this type of garbage can. I don't know if you can see the hole in there, how thick it is. It's pretty heavy duty garbage can. And what's nice about it is that I could connect a bunch of these, and I don't need anything to seal it. It seals itself. Let me put this back. Like I said, we don't want anything in there. Actually, there's a frog, and I don't want to do much. So the way I connect that is with I use a 1/2-inch PEX. It's enough. I'll show you what I did over there, but what I do here is you need the perfect size hole for this. And if you were to, it just happens that I have, I can put it down here. PEX, and I just happen to have the right bit. That's the right bit for it. It's just a little smaller than the outside diameter of the PEX. I believe this is 9/16, but I won't be using this because I need the big drill, and I didn't bring it. But what I do have is this guy that everybody should buy. I mean, I got this when I saw this thing here. This is great. It makes any hole you want, size hole. I'm trying to see if I can get the numbers here. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, 9/16 is going to be right around here. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to leave 4. So let's make a hole 9/16 right now. Go in here. There's that one. What's that? Hang on. I can't see, but I will know if that's the right one or not. Yep, that's the one. That's 9/16 right there. Okay. And you grab a PEX. And what I did was I cut it at an angle. So we'll go in. I hope I don't need my 2 hands, but let me see if I can push this in there. Yep. And that's it. That is watertight. You don't need to do a thing. And you can connect another one right next to it. Of course, this is the overflow. I could leave this in here, actually. It will not leak at all. And I will show you over by my collection aid station that I have a whole bunch of these connected with the PEX the same way on the bottom of it. So I just wanted to show that because I could make a hole on this one here. Over there I don't want to make a hole, so I'll leave this here for now, and we can kind of take a walk over. Hard to see in this camera here. But before we go up to the garden, let me bring you back to this station at the house. Remember this water tank here, and I connected the pump that I had here. I could show you how it works. Of course, the hose, before I start, just connected over here like that, and then of course the pump goes into the tank to pump the water. I want to show you. Remember, the overflow goes through the tank down to the bottom right there, and that's where it comes out. The overflow comes out to the bottom like that, and it goes into the drain. Let me set you up here a little bit. Can you see that? So this is a sump pump. It's a 2-inch sump pump, and what you're going to need is some bushings from 2-inch all the way to 3/4, and of course a little 3/4 nipple. Here's where your hose gets connected, and right now it's got electric to it. And the way it works is that when the water rises, the water rises, and it triggers, there it goes, the pump. And it just keeps on pumping until the water comes down, and it stops. So it does that automatically. That's what's nice about it. Any water that comes to this tank here, it gets pumped over by the collection tanks that over the garden. One problem is that if those tanks are full, then you're wasting this water, because it's going to pump this over there and it's going to overflow over there. So what I usually do is I disconnect this. I leave it in the water, of course, but I unplug it and keep the water here, so if I need it over there, that's when I plug it in. Then of course it will work, because the float will be up here. It's full of water. Pretty neat. I have 3 of these. I have one here, one at the other collection, at the other house, and one of course at the garden. Okay, a couple of more things I would like to mention. You notice that I use 1/2-inch PEX to connect my tanks. Eventually you're going to see that at the garden, but you can use 3/4. You just need to find the right bit and it will work the same way. Winter comes, I have no problems leaving the water in those garbage cans. Winter comes, I believe the water will expand. It has done nothing to them. Even the PEX lines in between, they're all full of water. The hoses, I use the rubber ones. I don't flush them out. They have water all winter long, and I have no problems with them. The only one that I drain is that tank that you just saw at the house. I do open up the drain and get rid of that water during the winter. But everything else stays with water, and of course, very important for you not to leave those pumps in the water. That you should take out. And I take out all 3 of them. I'll make sure of that. This is the one you're going to see later on. I don't know if you really can see this as you're going through the sun. Let me stop this and go through the sun a little bit. Okay. This here is an opening, and I do drive through here sometimes, and I have 2 of the hoses. Maybe this way. I don't know if you can see them, but there's 2 hoses through here. Maybe what I should have done was to put this inside a PVC. That would have been smart, because what happens is, if your hose gets oval, then you want to get clogged with the acorns of the tree. Here's something that this repairing kit, you should have these just in case. I had a leak here. I think the lawnmower might have hit it or something. So I took a little section off, and with this kit here I was able to replace that little section, because you don't want to change the whole hose. Somewhere here you should remember where you join the 2 hoses together. I have 2 hoses together, and somewhere underneath this, if I can find it, is where I joined the 2 hoses together. And that's important because let me stop this for a second. Well, yeah, came over here because of the sun. Because most likely if your hose gets clogged, well, mine I should say, is because little acorns here. See, this little guy, sometimes the pump, they fall in my barrel, the pump grabs them, pumps it, you see, it gets caught right there in the hose. And that's where usually it gets clogged. When you join the 2 hoses together, is where you'll find the culprit. Usually a couple times I've gone there. This is exactly what I find. That there. But if you have another problem or something, I usually back flush it. And that's why I use the double barrel. This one. Because you can't connect two males together. So I use the garden hose, put this guy on there, and then, well, I put this into the garden hose first, because I can control the water with the valve here. Then I put this guy, then I connect it to the hose, and then I back flush it. The best way is to back flush it. So anything you have in there in that hose, it will go right back into the tank. You can also, I guess, if you have an apparatus like this, I don't know if that's going to fit. I use this on my camper, but this here is air. If you want to get rid of the water in your hose, because you're afraid it might freeze or something, then you need one of these. You connect your hose here, and then you have kind of an air tank, and you open it up, you get rid of the water on the lines. That's how I do that on my camper. I think that's about it. I just wrote these little notes there to remind you that don't stick the hoses going to the collection tanks all the way down to the bottom, because if you have a leak or something, you're going to siphon all your water out. So just keep it nice and high. And I think that's about it. And we'll go back to the garden. This here is the garden that I built or made about 35 years ago. I have beds in here. Let me give you a little story. Well, anyway, the lines come around the block. The lines, they come around here this way, both lines, and they get dumped right in these cans right here. I have, I think I got 11 of them. These are 35 gallons each. I have over 350 gallons worth of water right now. As you can see, I have them all connected the same way I did it over there. Every one of them. Just with the perfect hole and the PEX. I haven't used anything else. And you can take them out too. If you want to take them apart, you know, in winter, whatever, you want to clean them, they come right apart. You can use the same PEX lines again. And then I have the hoses. There's one of them. It dumps right in here. You see what's in here. I made holes in the top so the rain will go down. Full of water. Oh, there's a frog in there. Oop, got frogs. Okay, this hasn't been used in, you could tell in a while. What happened was a little story. The old lady that was doing the garden passed away, and I actually haven't done anything, and I won't. Her anniversary is coming up, and we have a bunch of people that knew her, and we're going to have a little party here. So this is on hold. I feel weird being here actually, but kind of wanted to show the garden. Actually, when I did these beds, the middle had grass just like that. See that beautiful grass? that's how this was. All these paths, I know, crazy me, I don't know, what did I know about gardening? But all this had grass. I used to come in here and mow the grass. But then she kind of took over, and I kind of didn't mind because I'm not into gardening. I really don't know much. But I did collect the water. I did make the beds. All the rocks are out of there. There's 2 feet deep. I know the boxes need to be replaced. That's been there 25 years or so. These also. Douglas fir, and it's just level. That's all it is. And here's the hose. Oh, so we're down to the story. So that's the scoop with this garden. So probably in the spring I'll start all over again, start planting whatever. But right now I don't want to touch this. It's going to stay like this to the spring. Anyway, I do have electric here. I brought electric, of course, because not only did I have a pump on each of those collecting barrels, but I also have a pump over here. And I'll show you how I do that. I just plug it in. Here it is, the cord. And there it goes. And you got 350 gallons of water. There we go. And that's how we water our garden. We have not used a drop of well water at all. I will not allow that. I would rather not have a garden if I'm going to use the well water. That's because you can use a lot of water in here. Now, there's a trick about this. What's nice about it, it's you get a lot of water out of here. With the pumps. A lot of water. That's a lot of water. Let me stop this here. There you go. And I have hoses to all the way around. Anyway, okay. I definitely leave this high. You don't want to siphon if it opens up. What I was getting at. The one thing about the half-inch peck is that you will not run out of water, because if you keep watering your garden for a long time, what happens is that the water will reach the bottom, and the pump will not pump because it works on a float, because it takes some time for the water to even out throughout the whole 11 barrels. So that's nice, because you will not go through a lot of water, especially somebody else using the water, like the old lady. She used to love the water. So when she said that there was no more water, I knew that she has used almost 35 gallons on that one watering. So the half-inch pecks really comes in handy. You kind of, but if you need more water, I used to take the pump out and put it into another barrel, because it takes a long time to even out the water level. This thing here was probably the wrong thing. It's well, it keeps the sun away, but it's like I might have planted these too close. They're kind of something they're taking over. So that's my tour of collecting rainwater. No beef about it. These you can get on sale, I guess, when they go on sale. You don't need any fittings or piping or this or that. I've been seeing that on the internet. There's no reason for that. It's just watering your plants. There's nothing crazy about it. And this is very simple. I just use a garden hose. You don't want to have too many of them together. You just buy a nice 100 footers, 150 footers, and you just lay them on the ground. They'll disappear. If they're green, you wouldn't even notice. So this is how I keep it. Just keep it level. And each one of them will have water. Let me see if you can see this one. I hope there's not a frog in here. Nope. Nobody in here. And look how clear it is. You can see the bottom, all full of water. You can see the pecks going from one to the other. And the bottom, you can see the sediment, but I don't clean these. I think I've done it once since I've been here, where I took it all apart and kind of hosed it down. That I do because the wind will blow these up. But each one of them is full. There's over 350. Plus the ones in the house. That's why I disconnect the ones in the house, because I know these are full, so I know I have water over there also. So if we ever use these, I can shoot some of it over here. And that's the scoop. I hope you enjoy my little tour. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Very simple water gathering. Rainwater for the garden. And of course we'll put this in the files of YouTube for the world to see. Maybe somebody will pick up a few pointers or deviate from it and come up with something even better. Thanks for watching.